what would you say are the fundamental principles behind maintaining that lifestyle, both practically and spiritually, in terms of adopting that lifestyle that will, you know, give your life to quote you?
Mm-hmm. Well, one of the things that I teach is elemental healing. And because we're made up of the elements, air, breath in our lungs, and atmosphere, fire, cleaning up our blood, restoring our blood. That's sunlight, literally sunlight, and water. We are made up 75% water. And so from bathing to drinking to fasting, water treatments, to going to the ocean, to a waterfall, to the earth, taking our roots, our herbs, our plants, our dark greens, eating the bones, which the bones of the world are rocks and crystals and mountains. Inside of us are bones and joints, which means everything that is outside, that's inside, that needs to be healed, you can take it to nature and rejuvenate and fortify and repair yourself. So it is to use those elements, but the top of those elements, I was speaking to my daughter, a friend of hers came to visit her to pick up a tonic. So she went downstairs to get the tonic. She came back upstairs and he was on the floor. And he's a comedian, so she thought he was just playing. And she said, you know, get up. And then he stayed there, he would not move. And she called me. I said, well, put a cold towel on him. She's in New York, in LA. I said, put a cold towel on him, give him the green light in his mouth, you know. And I said, and so she was nervous. I said, to call the ambulance. When he got to the hospital, he had a stroke. Now, this is his body breaking down, right? But it was amazing because I was there a month before and I was saying, now, listen, when you're about 45 years old, he's almost 45, I said, your body starts breaking down. Your prostate starts leaving, erectile dysfunction, your memory starts fading. If you don't do something about your health, then the bones start decaying, and then the body starts caving in. Then the kidneys, the melanoma and kidney dialysis, women as well. I started giving him the full list, but I was smiling to him and said, you better get with this healing. I did not know that was his final call. I did not know that at the time. But right now, my daughter said, Ma, he's been in the hospital for 2 weeks. She said, he's now a vegetarian. And she brings the green juice in because now he's coming out of it. And the nurse took the green juice from her and gave it to him. The doctor was an Indian doctor because they know about natural living, plant-based, and that's their culture, which is our culture. We're not aware of it. Plant-based is our culture. We've gone straight from it, but we are on our way back home. And so the doctor said, please give him that. So as a result, he came out of the emergency level and they took the tubes out of him. And now they took him to the 5th floor. And then she said last night, she says, and they're working on the neural work, the brain work. I said, what's happening? They have to connect his brain to his body. And the more they connect the brain to the body, then the body will start to come alive. I said, I'm going to be there in a few days. I'll help him to connect. I'll see what part of the brain that it's all about because I can read it energetically through radionics. And then I will give him the nutrients. And I'll pump his brain back up. So there'll be a mind connection to his liver, the kidney, the blood, and the whole body's going to start moving and being. That's what I know for sure because that's what I do. That's what I teach. You know, so it's those elemental healers from the ether, the consciousness, down to air, fire, water, earth. Feed them, nourish them, build them up from within. Then all of a sudden, the diabetes is going, the high blood pressure is going, the fibroid tumors are going, the depression, the bad attitude, the lack and limitation, it starts leaving you, drop away. Meanwhile, you're building up. And that's the daily practice. That's the daily practice. So you need a teacher. Most people need a teacher. You can use it. You can use a book as a teacher. I've done it, and sometimes use them hands-on. So